Hey everyone, what's going on? And today I'm back again to talk about Classroom of the Elite. So I kind of made the decision to make this short video in response to some comments that I got on my last Classroom of the Elite video. In my last video that I made on Classroom of the Elite, even though I didn't go in depth, I did give a brief explanation on the VIP exam that was shown during the first part of Season 2. But several people commented in that video that they appreciated me explaining the exam at least somewhat, and also that sometimes when they're watching the anime, they don't fully understand what is going on in some of these exams. So with that being said, I decided that I kind of wanted to make a video discussing the newest exam that is going to be shown in the anime, which is the paper shuffle exam. And I also kind of wanted to compare the rules that were presented in the anime to the rules of the exam in the light novel. Now, I have not read the light novels, I have just read the rules of the exam as they were stated in the light novel, and I'm comparing them to those of the anime. So in the light novel, the paper shuffle exam is the second semester's final exam for the first year students. This is a pair-based exam where both participants are given 50 questions on each 8 subjects for a total of 400 questions. All of these subjects have a minimum standard of 60 points. The pairings are determined by a quiz exam before the month of the final exam. The pairs are created in such a way that forms the most balanced combination based on the results of the mock exam. This means that if one person scores the highest on the quizzes with a score of 100 and the other person scores the lowest with a score of 0, they would be paired together. This is discovered by Horikita in the anime, and they decide to create a structure in which the best students would for sure be partnered with the worst students. So as for penalties, there are 2 ways that this exam can be failed and result in expulsion. If the final grade that a pair gets on any one subject is under 60 points, then both members of the pair will be expelled. This means that amongst pairs, students must average an individual score of 30 points per subject in order to avoid expulsion. The other way to fail this exam is based on the overall total score across all 8 subjects. Even if one of the pairs gets above the needed average of 30 points in all 8 subjects, if the pair's overall total points are below the set standard, both partners will be expelled. The standard for the number of points is not exact, but as explained by Chabashira sensei, in the past it has been around 700 points. Across 8 subjects, this averages to a score of 87.5 per subject, which would result in a score of 43.75 per student. So as for the guidelines of this exam, each class is asked to brainstorm and write their own final exam questions. The questions that each class writes will be used as the questions on the exam for one of the other 3 classes. In other words, each class will have to launch an attack against one of the other classes, and the class that intercepts this attack will have to defend. A class simply needs to nominate the desired class and inform about it beforehand. If more than one class nominates to attack the same class, the school will call upon the class representatives for a lottery draw, and the winner of the lottery will be the one who attacks the class. Upon completion of the exam, the school will compare the overall grades on the finals between the 2 classes, and the class that wins will receive a total of 50 class points from the losing class. Now, all the rules that I've stated up to this point have been stated in the anime, and therefore this exam is almost completely like the exam that is explained in the light novel. However, there is one little scenario that is possible in this test that they didn't actually fully explain in the anime, even though the rules make it possible, so I wanted to lay it out for you guys. So there is a situation that could come up which results in a 100 class point swing, and that is if 2 classes decide to attack each other, because in that case, each class would be swapping their own exams. Therefore, the results for the attack and defense would be exactly the same. If Class C and D decide to attack each other directly, that means they are both attacking and defending against the same class. So if Class C outscores Class D in this example, that means that both Class C's attack and Class C's defense against Class D were successful. This results in Class C gaining 50 class points from Class D for the successful attack and 50 class points from Class D for the successful defense, resulting in a 100-point switch. So basically, if there's a direct match between 2 different classes, the wager becomes 100 points. Also, something that wasn't stated in the anime, if there is an exact tie in the overall scores, the class points do not change. So yeah, even though this scenario isn't explained exactly in the anime, the rules that the anime presents make it possible, meaning that the exam in the anime is almost exactly the same as it is in the light novel, unlike the VIP exam. And I'm hoping that'll help make the light novel readers a little more happy, because from what I've been seeing online, they are extremely pissed off with the anime right now. But anyway guys, I hope that for anyone that was confused on the paper shuffle exam, this helps streamline the explanation and you guys know what's going to be going down in this arc of the anime. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!